Hey guys, Abby here. Yesterday I did a video on how to add tracking with a sub ID to your Cliqly Pro sends. And the reason we do that is so that we know every time, we send out an email in Cliqly Pro, we know how many clicks specifically are coming from our Cliqly Pro efforts. Now I'm going to show you guys the clickers and how that works. So your clickers list, there's a clickers list. Let me zoom in. When you go to Cliqly Pro, the sending tab right here for Cliqly Pro, this is what you see. You come down like you are going to set up a new email to send out. What happens is you have this openers list, and this gives you the total openers you have. But if you hit the drop down, it's clickers. This clickers count right here comes from list building efforts. So every time you're sending out list building to gain more openers on your list, every time a click happens, it goes over to this clickers list. And then you get paid 10 cents per click on this clickers list. And so what I want to show, so like this week, this is why we track this. Like this number of the clickers list has to match with the number of clicks you get in your CHM. You're supposed to be paid for this, and we've seen some discrepancies in people's numbers. And I'm going to show you, like, mine lines up perfectly. This is how I've always monitored. This is how it's always worked. So people who are submitting tickets because they're not getting paid for these clicks have a valid argument. If you're tracking this and you know your numbers, you can say, I'm not getting paid for X amount of clicks. So this is what I'm going to show you. So this is when I started this week. My count was 11,372. There's my screenshot. That's what my clickers were. That was before I ran any list building this week. I'm going to actually do this in your guys' spreadsheet because mine's a little bit more complex, but this is the one I give you guys. And of course, I have this public. You can see my sheet anytime you want to. But right here, if you are new, this is the blank one I give you. Now, this is a weekly calculator. You can keep a 4-week running average like I do if you want to. You can adjust this however you want. But what I try and do is from Monday to Sunday, I do a week's worth of data so that I understand how much is C Pro returning for me, how much is list building returning for me. So what I do every Monday, because I don't build really on weekends at all, I typically only build 500,000 every Monday. So my clickers list is done after Monday. I'm not going to get any more clickers unless I decide to build again, which I am building slightly faster right now because my results are pretty good. So I'm looking to hit that next tier, potentially quicker than I originally had thought. But what you want to do, so what I'm going to show you is I started my clickers list this week at 11,372. So the start count, which is right here, what did I say? 11.3. Did I say 6.2? See, I'm already forgetting what I said. 11.372 is where I actually started. Now, what I did all week was I ran 100,000. I ran 400,000. I ran 100,000 more on this day. 400,000, 500. So I ran, I think, a total of. I'll show you my sheet. So this week I ran 1.4 million run. This is where I started on Monday before I did 1.4 million. I did it over 3 or 4 days. This is where my clickers count is right now, and I'm going to show that to you right now. Remember, I went over here, boom, 12,264. So I'm actually going to take this number right here. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to do it over here on this sheet. And right there, 892 clicks this week came from list building, and I would have made 89.20. So we're going to go find that out right now. Let me go to, here's my commissions. I'm refreshing it, so it's the right now. What we're going to do is this week. So this week right now, I have gotten 4,286 clicks. Now, I have a sub ID for C Pro. Of those 4,286 clicks, 3,394 came from Cliqly Pro. Now, when you calculate that, what does that equal? 892 clicks. which is exactly what my spreadsheet tells me I got for clickers this week. I'll blow it up even more. $8.92. I got paid for every clicker that was added to my clickers list this week. So some of you that are seeing discrepancies and you're watching your clickers list, you're sending you're sending list building, your clickers list is going up. The difference in that number is how much you should have been paid for. And that's what I've been trying to show people. And so many of you are starting to understand what I am saying in these numbers. Like, this is always matched up. This has always been how I track. This is always how I have always known. As soon as we stopped getting paid for list building, it was very noticeable. Like, I wasn't even getting clickers added. So I would run list building and clickers weren't even getting added to my list. So then I would submit a ticket and I never got a response on the ticket. But then all of a sudden the next week, my clickers list started going back up. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. We're getting clicks. But then I was like, wait, I don't feel like I'm getting commissions from these clicks. So then obviously when you track Cliqly Pro, which is in the video I did yesterday, when you track those clicks, you will know exactly how many came from Cliqly Pro. Every click above the sub ID tracking is going to be from list building. And this number, the difference in this number must match your clickers list to know you were paid for all of your clicks. So some of you need to start monitoring this and seeing if you're getting paid, because people need to start submitting tickets, because the more tickets they get, the more they're going to be like, wait, is there an issue? And I am continuing to send tickets. I just can't show them an example of it not working for me. Granted, I think my example of it is working for me proves that that's the way the system is supposed to work, and you're supposed to be paid for all of these clickers. So I guess the whole thing is I will link the video below, but if you are not tracking Cliqly Pro with a sub ID to know how many clicks are coming from C Pro, you really can't prove necessarily, unless you're monitoring this number, if you're getting paid for them or not. Because you have to track everything coming from Cliqly Pro so that you can say, yes, all these clicks came from Cliqly Pro. Why are the clicks I had above and beyond that not matching my clickers list? Which again is found over here when you go to send an email. You have your openers list, and then you have your clickers list. And I monitor this like every day. I do this every week. I make sure that this number matches with the amount I was paid. And that's why, I was emailing because it was not working for a long time. And I emailed in to them with requests for them to fix it. And then finally they did, but now it seems that there are several people where it is a discrepancy. So if you have any questions, please let me know. Of course, like I always say, come over here, join the Cliqly Facebook group. I post a lot of this content. And then, of course, ask me questions. Like this video, share, subscribe if you want to keep with more content that is going to be coming. I'm going to try and do videos more regularly. Not everything is going to be obviously on Cliqly, but I will have other training videos and things like that on my channel. So subscribe, like, join the Facebook group, ask any questions that you have, and I will try and answer those. So hopefully this was clear. I will also link, of course, to the video I did yesterday if you need to learn how to set up your sub ID. Also, when you come into the Facebook group, sometimes it looks like this. So there'll be a post. You need to hit this little thing to see the featured posts. I have important information pinned to the top. So always check featured posts for things like that, because I typically will pin it to the top for you. But with that, that's it for today. We will see you guys on the next video.